Hi, I'm Chris Anthony. Welcome to Uncloaked Illusions. And I just wanted to touch bases on this whole tax reform misunderstanding that many people seem to have an issue with getting some clarity on. Now, having conversations with people about the tax reform, they are under the impression that this is only going to help the super rich, the elite, and it doesn't have anything to do with helping the upper middle class, and the lower class. And they will argue this point without having seen the reductions in the tax bracket or really haven't seen anything dealing with the tax brackets at all, 2017 to the 2018 reductions. So what I'm going to attempt to do is show you the reductions. And we're going to look at the 2017 tax bracket and only the percentages as much as I could possibly get in there. And also we're going to look at the 2018 tax bracket reduction. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to look at the 2017 tax bracket. And there we have it. If you can see, I'm more interested in looking at the actual numbers, that the percentages. And I think I've gotten all of them on there, or have I? Let me see, this is a little bit of an annoyance. Okay, so we have the 10%, 15%, 25%, 28%, 33%, 35%, and 39.6%. And I hope that all of that can be seen, and I think it can be seen at this point. Now, let's look at the 2018 tax bracket reduction. So we have the 10%, which stays the same, 12%. I believe it's a 3% drop. The 22%, a 3% drop. The 24%, the 32%, the 35% also stays the same. And the 37%, and I believe that was what, 39.6. So that's also a almost 3% drop right there as well. Now, that is the reduction of the tax bracket from 2017 to 2018. And I think that we as a people live in a very interesting time where we have information at our fingertips and we are choosing not to utilize it. And, one thing that literally just sat in my mind and ultimately became something that was almost like an outburst is when I hear people talking about these particular issues or these particular subjects. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. It kind of makes me want to just yell at the top of my lungs and say at the top of my voice with the power of my lungs to just say to them, shut the hell up. If you cannot show me the actual numbers and you haven't looked into it yourself, all you're doing is making yourself look like a fucking idiot. Because you're speaking about something that you only heard in your echo chamber from certain news media outlets without looking into it yourself to at least verify what you've heard from CNN or MSNBC or, the etc. So it's time for us to, as a conscious moving people, at least the ones who are, is to continue to be vigilant and fact check things ourselves and verify things ourselves instead of just taking other people's opinion And, that's all it is. Other people's opinion and not anything that's fact-based. And we need to look into these things ourselves. A couple of my friends just have the notion that, oh, this is going to help the rich people out. It's going to hurt people here and there. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to argue the point with them because there's no winning. It's just like whatever this particular president does, it's never good enough. It's only to benefit the rich people. And it just sickens me that, people that I hold as friends or that I would assume are highly intelligent people, or at least intelligent, they won't even look into things themselves. They just believe whatever fucking news outlet they watch instead of looking into it themselves. You can look into what a GMO you're eating in a particular brand of food, but you can't look into whether or not that tax bracket actually was reduced or not. Who is it going to benefit and who is it not going to benefit? They just, again, sound like the echo chamber. And this is my life. This is what I have to sometimes be surrounded around when I do decide I want to even interact with people. Is a plethora of bullshit. Needless to say, I am Chris Anthony. Please like, subscribe, share the video. Let's get the information out there. If you have any questions, feel free to leave your comments and I will definitely get back to you as quickly as I possibly can, because I do enjoy interacting with like-minded people. Even if you're just asking questions, that gives me the idea that you are at least interested in finding out the truth yourself and getting different perspectives to kind of cultivate your own perspective. So, as I said, make sure you look into this yourself. And I need to get some of those subscribers up. So make sure you subscribe and let's get this information out there. I'm out.